All right. Still East Coast bringing Juice Edition right now here. Just had the Washington Commanders have a nice little dub against the Chicago Bears. We'll get into that in a sec. Mike, good to have you back as a co-host. Why don't you introduce our guest and let's get into it.
First we gonna rock, then we gonna fold, then we let it pop, don't let it go.
Man, love to be on. Man, love to see you, Frank.
Thanks, Mike.
Shout out, Jake. Man, so right now we're going to bring up my boy, man, McGee. Man, I can't say enough. Just like Hamp, my real rookie, came as a linebacker. I feel like we have really similar things we'll get into. But, yeah, man, just say what's up to the people, man.
What's up, y'all, man? I appreciate y'all for having me, and let's get it, man. Jay McGee in the building.
Hey, you look good in that hat, bro.
I appreciate you.
No Diddy. You look good in that hat. Seriously. Make sure we might throw that on the website, bro. That's some good looking shit right there. It's on
like
YouTube.
These hats. I like these
It's on
hats.
YouTube.
They look good.
No. Hey, make sure you get some headshots of Dom, too, okay? All right, thanks, Jake.
Yeah.
Hey, McGee, let's talk about this. Where are you from?
Dover, Delaware.
That's right. You
Yeah.
was talking that shit earlier.
Yes, sir. I don't like that, though.
So, Dover, Delaware, let's just start the same way we started that one. Where's that rank in the top 10 states of high school recruits?
It's
It's out of
17?
it's out of the top 10.
17. Keep going.
It's probably
26?
we're very under-recruited, bro.
Under-recruited. Bottom 45?
Like,
Hey, bottom 45.
I ain't gonna lie.
No, for sure. Bottom 45.
Damn near. Now, like when it was my class, it was more. My class,
the
it was
black
more.
couches.
It was more like. It was more hard to really make it out, but nowadays, like you got a lot of people, like a couple kids going to South Carolina, getting recruited, big time, like 4-star recruits and stuff. But around my time, I was a 3-star recruit, and I was like the second highest rated player in the state. Yeah, so we had Marshawn Lloyd. That was I think he was the first, but he went to Maryland and transferred to the Matha. So like, I feel like I was the only one for real.
So because there's less competition at the elite level, man.
Yeah.
Was it a culture shock then going from let's backtrack. Was it harder to get recruited because of the lack of competition?
Yeah, the lack of competition and the state is so small. It's not a lot of teams there, so and we're not playing any big time teams. Like I think the Middletown, that's a school in Delaware, they played IMG. So that was like the biggest game. Like they like hyped it up so big in Middletown, like it was crazy.
I always thought for some reason, I don't know, I thought this is like a little kid where if I wanted to go win a state championship, I'd go to Rhode Island and fucking win a state championship.
Everything.
Yeah, Rhode Island.
Everything.
Yeah,
How many high schools are in Rhode Island?
Can't be a lot.
7?
Yeah, I haven't heard anybody from Rhode Island like in the NFL. I don't know anybody from Rhode Island.
So what brought you to Temple, though? Was it like the only spot, or was it like what made you go to Temple?
I want to say it's not the only spot I got recruited, but I'll say it was the best opportunity.
Okay.
To come in, at the time they had Coach Jeff Collins. He was the head coach at the time. They had a good record, but I think the main thing that made me come to Temple was the culture.
Okay.
It was that brotherhood that we're striving to have here at the Commanders, and I think that played a big part of me coming to Temple. And I felt like it was good for me to really get out of Delaware, not stay in Delaware, because the other 3 offers that I had was UD, University of Delaware, Morgan State, and Delaware State University.
Okay.
So those 3 schools, Temple was the best school.
Yeah.
And we had that year, my freshman year, we had 4 players drafted that year.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
So I was
You were on a high.
Yeah, so I was the first player drafted in like 4 years from Temple.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, crazy.
That's great. That's big time, man.
Hey, Delaware State, weren't they the ones who played Hawaii this year?
Yeah.
No. So wait, did you hear about this shit?
No, what happened?
You know about this shit?
They came. They missed a flight or something
So
like that.
Fresno State, we play Hawaii
Yeah.
every other year, right? And from Fresno, Cali
It's ass.
to Hawaii is a 5-hour flight.
Okay.
And what if you play in the Mountain West and you play Hawaii every year, you go play at Hawaii, it's a trap game.
Sucks.
Because the flight's ass.
Yep.
They usually put you in a nice hotel on the beach.
Don't let you leave though.
Don't let you leave. So you,
The hotel.
so you staring out your window. And I've never been to Hawaii like recreationally.
It's so nice.
Can't go.
It's so nice.
So I'm out there and it's like prison almost, bro. And you're there to play a football game. Nobody goes to the games.
Okay.
And we at least got to play in Aloha Stadium,
Before, yeah.
which is where they used to have the Pro Bowl at. So they have a big ass NFL stadium with nobody in it.
Nobody
now
in there.
they got rid of
Your
it.
own juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got rid of it, and now they play at like this high school shit. It was where we practiced for the Hawaii Bowl.
No way.
Yes, that's where they play at now. Which is, I'm not kidding, it's a high school stadium. Yeah, not throwing shade. But with that being said, it is really hard to go play there because and you kick off at 8 p.m. They do that on purpose to fuck with you. So 8 p.m. in Hawaii is,
Time difference. It's crazy.
bro, it's 11 in Fresno.
hour difference.
It's 11 in Cali. So when I saw Delaware State doing this shit, usually you go on a Thursday to get acclimated to the time and all that. Bro, I don't have my fact checker on me right now, but Delaware to Hawaii is fucking a long ass ways.
Yeah.
Like
Probably like
9-hour time.
3,000 miles or some shit.
Insane.
14. No, that's too much.
No, I think it's
10
no,
plus?
No, I looked it up. It was an 11-hour flight, I want to say.
It has to be 9 hours and 50 minutes.
Okay, there you go.
So basically 10 hours.
That shit is crazy.
To go
And
play a football game.
Mike, they missed their fucking flight.
Yeah.
Wait.
They missed their flight,
They
man.
didn't get to go a day early.
How do you miss a flight if it's a private?
The bus broke down or some somebody fucked some shit up.
It's a private plane.
What do they call it? Yes. Okay. Also, though,
Uber.
Hell no. Whole team.
but
crazy.
also, this is a fucking plane just for the team. Why didn't the
saying.
pilot just wait?
Hey, we'll just go in an hour.
Facts.
That's all. I'm trying to figure that out.
There's so many unanswered questions. I just see this shit on Twitter. I sometimes do these
on
little
Instagram.
talking head videos where I go on a
crazy.
little rant about some bullshit, and I'm like, "Yo, bro, this shit is insane." And for people who don't know the Hawaii situation, when I'm betting on games and I see a team that never played at Hawaii, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you know, the Hawaii's maybe they're not that good this year," I'm like, "Fuck that! They're gonna get culture shocked right now, and they might get punched in the mouth off some shit."
I
Like,
remember when Hawaii used to be nice.
well, Hawaii is they're a constant trap.
They're
game.
always they're definitely they always knock off like the top Mountain West teams, like Hawaii, Nevada, like they're
Should we play? We
teams
play
that will-
Hawaii this week.
shit, UNLV. Oh no, we're gonna wax.
Fresno,
them, but-
Fresno State.
Yeah, we're waxing, but
Yeah. Anyways, sorry to get off topic there.
with
Temple. Tell me about Temple. Okay, so were you guys winning your conference and all that period of time too as well, or what?
Nah, that my freshman year we didn't win the conference. I don't think the last time we won a conference was like 2016, I think.
Okay.
That's when they had fucking Deion Dawkins for the Bills, Tyler Matakevich. I think he on the Steelers right now. They had a lot of people.
Some dudes.
Hassan Reddick, like
Hey.
yeah, that's some people over there. Yeah, it's crazy. Like Temple is like a known school. Like a lot of scouts come there during like fall training and like right now in this time, and like it's crazy to think about because like now the program is not really how it used to be
Right.
because like I guess like the culture it was a culture shift once Collins left and once we got a new coach Carey. I feel like a lot of things changed. You know, I had the opportunity to leave, but I didn't. I ended up staying because I just wanted to play with my brothers. That's all I thought about. Like I wasn't thinking about NIL and think about like transferring and getting money from other people. I just wanted to play with my brothers, and that's all I wanted to do.
I think. Okay, so the biggest thing we keep talking about is culture.
Yeah.
When I first came to the league in 2020, COVID, everyone asked me what's the biggest difference. The biggest difference in the NFL and where I was at was like I went to work, I went home.
Yeah.
I went to the games. I talked to Frank. I would call Frank on my drive home, like, yo, I just played a football game. I'm on traffic, stuck in traffic, just going home. Like there was no like, you know, it wasn't really that much brotherhood. And I don't think it's not a shot to those guys. It was COVID.
Yeah.
So like, talk to us about how your transition is with the Commanders to college football, because I feel like we do a really good job at it, but I don't think there's any NFL team that can match college, like the culture. and brotherhood
Maybe
together.
like prime Bill Belichick, where they like had the Patriot way, like which we've interviewed dudes who were there in that era of the Patriot way, and dudes, certain guys didn't want to play for the Patriots because he treated it like a college culture almost, and they didn't want to. They didn't want. There's certain bullshit in college, like okay, fall camp in college, right?
Yeah,
Summer ball in college, like winter conditioning, right? Shit like that, like. But at the same time, I mean, they did have a dynasty, right?
Yeah, like you don't go through that in the NFL. Like you don't go through fall camp, the hard days of fall camp, two-a-days. You don't go through winter training in the NFL. So like just going through that with your brothers and having your brothers to lean on, I feel like that's the difference between the NFL and college. Like college, like Bama, like when we was talking about Bama, Nick Saban, like that culture, it was crazy. Like everybody knew that if you went to Bama, you was probably gonna get drafted.
You was getting drafted. You was gonna win. You was gonna win a lot of games.
Yes, you was gonna win a lot of games at Bama, just because how they did things, and we always knew that as like Bama, the powerhouse. They was always number one. Like my dream school was Bama. I wanted to go to Bama. That didn't work out, but I went to Temple, and it was at the time it was a lot of brotherhood, and a lot of culture that I could like have my focus on. So like I wasn't really going out there to play for the money. I was going out there to play with my brothers at the end of the day, and I feel like that's the main thing from like the NFL to college is that culture, that brotherhood that a lot of teams are missing. But I feel like Dan Quinn is doing a great job of emphasizing that brotherhood and that culture and really bringing it back to the Washington Commanders.
Well, keeping us on the culture track. Yeah. Talk to us about the single-digit numbers at Temple.
Yeah. Single-digit numbers at Temple, that's like the highest tradition you can earn at Temple, you know, being recognized by your peers as a leader on and off the field, the toughest of the tough. Just going out there every day and giving it your all, no matter the circumstances. You know, we could be up by 40, we could be down by 40, and you know you still have that same mentality all the time. And I feel like, you know, when I was at Temple, I got voted single digit 2 times in a row, 2022, 2023, and it was a blessing to be looked at by my peers as one of those individuals, one of those single digits. Because when I was a freshman, you know, we had Sean Bradley, we had Chappelle Russell. He was with us for a little bit. Yep. We had guys like that in my LB room. So like just learning from them was crazy, you know. And I feel like I learned a lot from them. And yeah.
So is it something where I wasn't familiar with that? So is it something like could they take away your single digit? Or typically that doesn't happen.
Nah, technically that doesn't happen, but I think it happened sometime like last year. They took away somebody's single digit,
Right.
But
You got to uphold that standard.
yeah, you have to uphold the standard, like
Right.
that like when you get like sworn in, basically, like you're basically like on the phone with all the past single digits, and like you basically like you're getting sworn in type of thing.
That's dope.
See, yeah, take us through it. So for a lot of guys, like, you know, we're West Coast guys.
Yeah.
You know, like we're not really familiar with Temple. Like I was 3 in college because I think I liked the number 3. Like it was swag. I'm a single digit number.
Yeah,
but
facts.
Temple, like it's a whole different
Like it's
situation. Like take us through that. Like people who don't know.
so like the single digits, man. It's crazy because like I said, you're looked at as your peers as like one of the leaders, like the toughest guys. You know, you'll never quit, that type of thing. Like greatness doesn't quit. That was like our motto back then, like my freshman year. But like it's like I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just like what's the word? I can't really think about it.
Like it ain't just for the looks. Like it means
Yeah, like it means something. It's like it's very important over there. Like that's like the highest of the highest tradition, and like only a few people get to really be called a single digit, and it's a blessing to even be called that because, you know, just to be looked at as your peers as one of the leaders on the team. You know, handle the adversity. Like me, I was the spokesperson. Like we lost a lot when I was there. I was the spokesperson for the losses. So like going out there, you know, I just had to like encourage us and things like that. But like it was tough. I ain't gonna lie, it was tough. Going through that, like just losing. Like I think we went 3-9 after. I think we went 3-9 from 2020 to 2000. My last year there. So like 4 years.
It's really easy to lead when everything's good.
Yeah.
It's really easy when you're all undefeated. And you're a
for real.
1-loss, 2-loss team, and after the game, you're saying, "Let's keep fucking doing it, boys." Right? It's simple. It's easy, right? It's hard to lead when
hard to
shit
lead,
hits the fan.
It's hard
It's hard. True leaders
to keep everybody together. It's hard.
got you're herding cattle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard because in college football you got 110 dudes, some of them are freshmen who are checked out.
Yep.
Some of them are seniors who are checked out, just collecting the Scully check. Some of them are just, are you bought in? Are you kind of half-assing this thing right now? So having to check people, I think, is one of the most uncomfortable things you have to do, especially at the college level, because in high school, you're the dog.
Yeah.
And you could check people and be like, I'm better than you,
Yeah.
so fuck you and listen to me, basically, right?
Nah, real shit. Real shit.
In college, you can't really take that exact same approach.
Yeah.
Like, very few people can. And the greats are the great because of that, right? Like the Tom Bradys of the world, they could go and say, fuck you and listen to me. I'm Tom fucking Brady.
Yeah.
Right? He had that ability to say that.
Real shit.
Patrick Mahomes has earned that role where it's like you could bring anybody from any position in there.
Yep.
Listen to me. Like, I win. So fuck you and listen to me because this is what it takes. And
100%.
I just think it's very difficult to be able to be a leader when shit does hit the fan. That's a very hard thing to do. So who are some leaders that you've idolized in your life that you kind of took a page from their book and applied to yourself?
Oh, that's hard. Like growing up a Ravens fan, because I was actually born in Towson, Maryland. I was a big Ravens fan. You know, I was looking at leaders like Ed Reed and Ray Lewis, two of the best leaders of all time. And, like, they played a big part in my development as a leader. And also, I want to say my coach, Coach Drayton, the one that got there after Coach Carey left in 2022, he played a big part in my development as a leader because he wanted me to get out my comfort zone. That was the main thing with him. He seen that how everybody reacted to me as, like, the leader, that guy that everybody can lean on. And he wanted me to really step outside of my comfort zone and become a leader. So, yeah, I would say.
Well, take us through. Okay, so Temple, you guys aren't doing very well, but you guys aren't doing very well.
We
But
were 2-6.
You were being recruited, right? Like you had some people, you had some buzz around your name. You had
Yeah.
How did your teammates and peers react to that? As far as
You say like him staying and not jumping ship?
not even that, like just as far as like some people in situations that I was a part of, like some people weren't always happy that I was having success.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like how was that over there? Did you feel that?
I feel like everybody felt like everybody was happy that I had the success because it was also bringing like eyes towards them too. Because like scouts, like Reese Bowl scout was at the game.
Nice.
Like East West Shrine Bowl was at the game, and they're also like they're looking at me, but they're also seeing like if somebody else make a play, they're also looking at them too for the next Senior Bowl or the next Reese's Bowl. Like I have scouts come talk to me about DeJuan Black, and he's a DN on our team, and he's going crazy right now. So like just like that notoriety that it's bringing to the other people is what it's all about. My other teammates.
So you never faced any of that, like, you know.
Nah, yeah. Nobody ever like it was never like any bad blood. Like everybody was happy for me. Like everybody congratulated me when I got drafted, that sort of thing. All the like I got invited to your Senior Bowl, I got invited to the East West Shrine Bowl, but I ended up tearing my bicep like second to last game. So I didn't play in any of those. So it was just
Not so having the goal originally of aiming towards an Alabama type.
yeah.
In the era of NIL, were you approached by these schools and offered a bag at some point and you had to turn it away?
Oh yeah. I don't want to say the school name, but it was
School blank. How they approach you, they dangle this carrot in front of your face, right?
yeah, like DM vanish mode. DM DM vanish mode.
No, talk about it because we left and NIL started.
Oh yeah, true.
We don't know how that is.
Yeah, nah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Like I had a coach DM me in vanish mode. He said, hop on a FaceTime call with him, talk to him a little bit.
He don't want any fucking tracks.
That's what I'm saying. Hop on a FaceTime call with me. End up doing a FaceTime call. Put me on the phone with the head coach. He like, yeah, we can offer you $600,000 to come here.
And I'm assuming that's more than you were making at Temple.
Way more. I didn't make anything at Temple.
Yeah.
I didn't
Okay.
make anything at Temple.
No. I want to go ahead. And you gotta look in the mirror.
Yeah.
As a man.
Yeah, real shit.
And honestly,
hard.
and it's gonna lead into my next question here eventually, but like you see guys now in college football playing 6, 7, fucking 8, 9 years for some dudes.
The Miami tight end.
Crazy.
I played against them last year.
Like get a fucking job.
crazy.
But I wish him the best. But get a fucking job, bro. But whatever.
Yeah, real shit.
LinkedIn, whatever. But I'm saying people are playing college football longer because $600,000 as a senior in college is
like-
more money than a fucking P squad check right now.
I feel like 100 M's in college.
I'll stay in.
But and like look at it. Like, okay, let's bring up
Mm-hmm.
Colorado dudes right now. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what Sanders fucking actually is making, but like his evaluation.
Oh yeah,
His
he's
evalu-
making 4+ mil.
His evaluation's like
Yeah.
4, 5, 6 mil.
He's
depending
making
what
4.
website you
Probably more than that.
He's probably making more than that.
More than that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
So-
was watching TV. I seen him on a Microsoft.
Oh, he missed practice to go do a fucking fashion show in Paris or some shit.
It's crazy.
Different category. We'll get into that. But
Yeah.
why did you not bite on the cheese? Because I think that tells a lot about your character.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
100%.
That's why when I went to the draft, a lot of scouts asked me, "Why didn't you leave?" Like every scout asked me, "Why didn't you leave? Why didn't you leave?" And my same answer was, "I just wanted to play with my brothers." You know, I didn't really care about the money at the time, but I feel like a lot of people get caught up in the money. At the end of the day, I was trying to make it to the league.
Right.
I feel like a lot of people get caught up nowadays
Right.
worrying about the money of the NIL and forget about the main purpose of why they're playing football. Is that to get to that bigger level, the NFL.
well, that's even a bigger point though. Like, you didn't feel like you'd have a better chance of making the NFL if you went to a bigger school.
I mean, yeah, but like you got to think about it. The scouts were also like they were still coming to Temple, so like it wasn't like we were just out the equation. Like if we were just out the equation, yeah, I would think about transferring, boom, boom, boom. But we weren't out the equation. Like teams, we had multiple like scouts coming every day, asking about me, asking about one of my other linebackers, asking about the tight end. Like shout out to them, like they're doing great. But like it was crazy. Like they still showed up every day to watch us play, even though we weren't doing that good.
So you said that you tore your bicep.
Yeah.
Heading into like what was going through you like mentally? Like, did you think you were gonna drop in the draft? Like, did you think like, oh, I can't perform in these things? Like, what was going through your mind when you tore your bicep?
I was angry, bro. I was really angry, bro. Like I was like the first couple of days, bro. Like when it first happened, bro, I'm like, fuck. Like, damn, I'm about to miss this shit, bro. I'm about to miss the biggest moment of my life, bro. I'm about to miss this shit, bro. And that shit hurt, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. And like just to think about it, like it was crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like I was just thinking about it the other day for real. Just like how everything played out. Like me missing the Senior Bowl, me missing the East West Shrine Bowl, training for the combine. Like I didn't even know if I was gonna do the combine.
Yeah.
And just being able to have that resilience and just keep fighting. You know, I ended up making it back in time for the combine. I ran a 4.55. I did good. Of course I wanted to run a 4.4, but you know, God had other plans. So did that. Jumped a good 40. Drills look good, and I just tried my best, and that's all I could say at the end of the day.
No, I mean it speaks volumes to your character for sure. Like I think it's much easier said than done.
Yeah.
You already talked about the carrot that was dangling in front of your face that you didn't bite on.
Yeah,
And if I'm an NFL scout, which I'm not, but similar to recruiting, you're recruiting, yes, stars and athletes and guys who do good at camps and have good highlight tapes and all that shit. But one of the hardest things is recruiting people's character of are they going to be an asset to your team? Are they a cancer in the locker room? And I think I always use the example of like O-line, okay? Because in high school, if you're a fucking big dude, you're good at O-line.
Yeah.
Bring in
Not real shit.
and maybe out of school like Temple, I feel like you could relate sort of to Fresno State in this sense where you're not top 25 program, guaranteed every year. Like you got to string together some wins to get into that, right? So when you're an O-line, when you bring in 10 O linemen that are all 6'5", 300, 280, whatever the hell it is, right? They're usually coming a little light in the ass.
Yeah.
Why is it 9 of them are not good O linemen, right? They're squishy or they don't have that mindset or they can't get the playbook. It's like all you know as a recruiting coordinator for bringing in O-line is this guy's 6'5", 300, and he blocks high school dudes pretty fucking good.
Yeah, 100%.
But some dudes don't have what it takes, and it's really a lottery. But when you have this huge attribute, this huge bullet point of like you said, guys are asking, why did you not leave? Like I think God does have a plan, and obviously it is going to work in fruition for yourself and whatnot. But it is much easier said than done, and like it does lead to me saying to like your experience of, if you run a 4.5 at Fresno State and jump through the roof and have 1,000 yards receiving or whatever the hell it is at Fresno State, and then you do the same thing at Alabama, they're viewing you
differently.
Yeah.
millions of dollars differently. That's the difference between being a first rounder and a maybe 6th rounder.
Exactly.
Maybe steal as an undrafted. So glad we got that guy. Yeah. Hard worker, blah, blah, blah. But like when you don't come from this top tier program necessarily, not saying Temple's not or Fresno State's not, they are, but let's cut the shit, right? Like if you fucking play Alabama and ball out, you're gonna get drafted.
Oh, yeah.
And I just did
first 2 rounds.
100%.
I just did a draft little thing like my
like a mock draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like it's tough. It's fucking hard. So staying at Temple, you also bet on yourself saying, I didn't go to a bigger name school. Yeah. It's going to be harder to get drafted out of.
But they're going to look at the character.
They're going to look at the character.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And that was the main thing. That's like a lot of players nowadays get the misconception of like you have to have a good character. You have to have a high character. Like you have to be a high character person for teams to really want to, if they're really trying to build a culture, that type of culture, like high character guys, because usually high character guys stay in the league the longest. Yeah. Guys that really care about what they do, guys that care about what other people do and how they treat other people. Like that's the type of character that GMs and owners want to bring in to their environment.
Do you think character can get you drafted over skill or 40 time?
That's hard.
Would a guy? Okay, let's do a scenario. Let's do a scenario. Okay.
Okay.
Guy runs a 4.3.
Yeah.
Jumps the house. Had 1,000 yards receiving. Okay.
Yeah.
That's guy A. Guy B runs a 4.4. Had 600 yards receiving, but he's captain, the dude, the leader. Coaches rave about him. He's loyal. He does all these things.
Oh yeah, they're gonna take him.
Are they though?
I think it comes down to what we talked about, the school. You do that shit at LSU, Alabama.
School.
The competition too. Who is he playing against?
Right.
That's exactly what I'm saying. They're going to compare the SEC as NFL ready. That's kind of like the misconception.
It's the mantra. It's just the mantra.
You're NFL ready if you play in the SEC.
Yeah.
You're a development guy if you play in like the G5.
Sure.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like
like the SEC is the closest thing to the NFL.
Yeah. And like I'm being realistic, it is. You know what I'm saying? Like football it is. Like, you got to be honest with it.
I think Sip explained it really well when we talked to him about it.
But I think with the difference like SEC and G5, like the main difference is the trenches.
Yeah, it is O-line. It's always it's the D line.
O-line, D-line, the size of them. Like they're like in the SEC, they're huge.
Huge, bro.
But in G5, you might have like 1 or 2 that's huge, but everybody else is like
high motor,
regular size. That's what I'm saying. But the skill players, everybody is good. Like G5 skill players could be at
they could do
in
that
the SEC.
Yeah, for sure.
So
and that's something that I mean it's all you see guys now. It's even more apparent now because people transfer now. You see all these guys. Oh, he came from this school. He came from that school, and it's like, oh, okay, like that's regular. But the trenches. I mean, you'll be in the league long enough, you'll hear it. Like, I mean, you hear Coach talk about all the time. The game is won in the trenches.
So in today's era now, where guys are transferring like crazy, right? Because I'll turn on a college football game and it'll highlight a player, and it'll be like he's in his 5th season. He played 2 years here, 1 year here, 1 year here, and now he's here.
crazy.
I'm wondering, and I don't think we're there yet, where scouts and GMs have to analyze this and say, do we want a guy who keeps jumping ship?
Scouts don't want to see that.
But is it a difference maker? I don't know yet.
I want to say it is, but then you look at the result, and these guys are still getting drafted.
That's what I'm saying.
Hi.
So, I think like if you're a junior in high school listening to this and you're going to commit to a school, are you going into it saying, I'm going to commit here, I'm going to play 4 years here? Or are you going to say, I'm a freshman and I'm not getting the love that they promised me? Because all they do when they recruit you is say how great it's going to be.
That's what
you're the
everybody
man,
says. Every school is gonna say that.
right? But it doesn't be the way it is. And you're 6 games in, you're like, fuck, bro, you got someone in your DMs.
100%.
And it's like, does it just jump ship? Yeah. And the reason I don't hate it, I don't like it, and I'm done playing, so I don't have a dog in the fight anymore.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, one of the best things about football is having to go through those dark days of adversity where you're not the fucking dude yet.
You have to.
Right? And now
it develops your character.
And I think it's going to become harder and harder because the NFL ain't changing. No. NFL ain't changing. So if you did, let's say you were blessed enough to jump from school to school to school to school and start and become the dude and get drafted. Well, now you get to the NFL and you can't just press the eject button and go to another. What are you going to go to Canada, the UFL to bet on yourself?
It don't work like that.
No one's going to do that shit.
Shit.
Yeah. Man, I just, my whole thing about it is your community when you're coming up into the league, they always tell you like, oh, less than 1% make it to the league. Or like, it's going to be really tough for you to make it to the league. Like, I know you want to be in the NFL, but like, what's a realistic job for you? What's a realistic career for you? I mean, if you hear that your whole life and someone offers you $500,000 to go to school, like, well, shit, I might not make the league anyways. I might as well go collect this bag. Well, I can't. That's my only argument with it. It's like, what about the kids who come from those hard upbringings, who, I might just be projected as a special team player who maybe I'll be on practice squad. I can make more money if I just go to this school. If I can just transfer to that school. Yeah. So that's kind of where I go back and forth with it, where it's like, I get it. Like, I understand it, man. I mean, when we were there, we didn't have NIL. So, like, I understand, like, grind, go through those times, it's going to build your character.
To get to here.
But, like, I also feel for that kid. Like, what about that kid who maybe he's not good enough to make it to the league? You never know. But you know what I'm saying? Maybe he's not projected to make it to the league. But he's going to make $1 million in college.
100%.
Like, how do you keep that kid? How do you get that? How do you shit on that kid for transferring? And that's kind of where I feel to both sides of it.
Yeah.
There's some, quarterback's the position you could highlight the most, obviously, because it's one dude.
Yeah, 100%.
And you look at some guys where, like, they were backups at Wisconsin, and now they transfer to an Illinois, and they're balling, and they're not projected to get drafted out of the top, 4 rounds. And it's like, they're making $1 million at a Big Ten school to be their quarterback. That probably is a good business decision for them, realistically. But at the same time, what if you go and you just get fucking beat out? Boise State, I know we don't like saying that word, but like Boise State brought in a five-star quarterback who was a backup at USC. Okay.
Oh yeah.
This year.
I didn't know that.
That there's a 5-star quarterback from USC. He transferred to Boise. You hear 5-star? This guy's starting, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Beat out.
For sure.
Got beat out.
Got
beat out by a dude who I don't know how many stars he had, and they're winning. They're projected to go to the playoff and all this. I hope they have to run through the dogs to get there in the Mountain West Championship per usual. But like, we'll cross that bridge when we need to. But I'm saying like, they don't. Shit ain't always sweet, man. Like, grass isn't always greener, and like it's trying to find that path, and that's the price of doing business at the same time.
100%.
I feel like right now I want to transition. Like, you're a rookie. My rookie. Shout out my rookie. We give you a lot of shit joking around. It's always love.
Yeah. Ready?
But as I've like been talking to you and getting to know you and Hamp and everybody, like I've been hearing like, man, you've been through a lot of adversity, man. You tore your pec, you got to the league, and you were in there and you messed up your knee. Like, what I'm saying? Like, what has got you through that? Like in college, what has got you through the how do you keep going? Because you show up every day.
Yeah.
You show up every day ready to go, just like Hamp. And like I said, bro, I got nothing but love for both of you two. And it's just like I want to know, like, for the people out there who who are in situations where they're in similar situations where like they're injured or they're hurt or they miss big events. You know, they think it's over, the world's ending. What got you through those moments?
You gotta remember your why. I feel like that's the main thing. You gotta remember your why. Like, why are you playing football? For me, I love the game. I honestly love the game, and like, I didn't have a plan B. Like a lot of people say, get a plan B. Like you don't know if you're gonna make it to the league, that type of thing. Blah blah blah. But for me, it was football, football, football. Since a young age, football, Pop Warner, middle school, high school, college, NFL. That was my plan. I didn't have a plan B. Like, of course, I got my degree at Temple, but like, all I care about was football, and I feel like that was my main thing, my why. That was my why to play for myself and my family, name on the back of my jersey. And I feel like that's what got me through a lot of time, like a lot of hard times throughout college and throughout the knee injury, like just to make it back on the field, like prove people wrong, that type of thing. So like to the kids that's coming up and going through a lot of adversity, bro, just remember your why. And I feel like once you fall back on that, you'll like push through it.
Anything else, Mike?
Yeah, just wrapping up. I mean, man, you gotta talk us through, man. We went through the most wild game, your first NFL game, man. Just like this is his first NFL real live action game, man. Just, I mean, while we're wrapping up, man, you gotta talk us through it. Take us through it,
bro. It was crazy, like starting the game off, getting in there. What did we start off? Kickoff.
Kickoff.
Yeah, we started off on kickoff. Like, it was crazy. Me and Mike running down. It was crazy, man. Just like going through that moment. Like, I was in a preseason game. It wasn't that many fans in the arena or the stadium, but like here, like it was packed and like you could feel the atmosphere. Like we're 5-2 before the game, 5-2. Like coming into it, like it was crazy. Just going through that type of atmosphere and having that type of love in that environment was just like crazy. Like Mike came up, like I talked to Mike before every game, like dap him up, like let's go have a day, blah blah blah. Like even when I wasn't playing, so just it was routine to do that when I was playing. So like coming into it, like it was crazy. Like just having fun. That was the main thing. Just go out there and have fun. And after, like I ain't gonna lie, I honestly like I know you're not supposed to think about it like that, but like the game don't stop till the clock hits 0-0. But like in certain situations, you think about like, damn, like we just gave up the game. But after that shit happened, bro, I ain't gonna lie. After that shit happened, bro, I was on the sideline, bro. I ran out on the field and jumped in the stands, bro. that was probably the most craziest game I've ever been a part of, bro.
Hey, you're talking about the one that just happened 20 minutes ago, right?
Shout out to JD5 and Noah, man. They made it happen.
Man, his first NFL ever.
Today was your first game.
First game, yeah. I played against the Jets for like 2 drives because I tore my meniscus. First play, I tore my meniscus.
Real life regular season NFL.
Your first play of preseason, you tore your meniscus.
Yes.
And then you came back in today. So today, and I want to recap for the audience real quick.
2 months.
I want to clip this shit. And like I want to have this go out tonight, Jake.
Yep.
Tomorrow. We got time tomorrow.
Let's give it a little time.
Watch the Commanders 5-2. Congratulations, by the way, to everyone.
Appreciate it.
6-2.
Yeah, 16.
Hey,
now.
I'm a commie fan, bro.
Yeah.
I got.
Yeah. Oh, you got the beanie.
What I say? Spent $200 at the stadium today.
Ooh, that's nice.
Go check out DMV crab cakes out there, bro. It's fucking worth it.
It was good.
I recommend the crab legs. They have it's like little egg rolls, crab legs,
Yeah.
little dip, delicious. And then the lady, her name was like Bonita or some shit, which Bonita is Spanish for beautiful.
Yeah.
This was like a 95-year-old black lady. So I was like, might have been a nickname. I don't know about this shit. She's like, you should get the quesadilla too. And I'm like, it's $26, bro. She's like,
$26.
she's like,
26 for a
she's like, do you come to these games often? I said, I'm probably not coming back for a little bit. She goes, get the quesadilla. It's so good.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Why not? Why not?
so I get the quesadilla. Delicious. All that to be said, I'm a fucking Commanders fan. The 6-2 Commanders, Bears tonight.
Yes, sir.
Big game. You guys should have been up 40-0. Didn't happen.
Yeah.
goal line stop. Mike was in on it.
Yeah, my guy Mike.
Might have caught. I
He
think
was,
it
he was in on that
intimidation.
hippo.
I think it was. I think they said, "Hey, they got."
Linebacker.
They said they said it. We got the agile cat in. We got to do some shit. Mike came in downhill. Great 4th round stop, but Caleb came down and scored, and things weren't looking good. Right?
Things
You
weren't.
said, and let's cut the shit here, right? Let's cut the shit here.
Let's be for real.
Let's be
thought
be
it was-
real.
Like, everybody like shit.
The wind's knocked out of you. Believe me, people are leaving the fucking stands and shit. I'm like, I took a red eye to get here today, bro. I went to the Fresno State game. I haven't slept. I'm fucking dying right now.
yeah.
You hear my voice?
Yeah.
I usually got a good I got a good radio voice. Mike, first thing he said to me, "What the fuck's wrong with you right now, bro?" I slept 2 hours at the fucking Atlanta airport and had 5 guys at 4:55 a.m. this morning. Fucking disgusting, bro. Greedy as fuck, bro. Look at the side of your hat. It says "Stay gritty" on it. Winning culture. This shit means something. Anyways, 6-2. Washington Commanders. 20 seconds left.
23 seconds.
Shit's not looking good.
Yeah.
People leaving.
Yeah.
Jesus, take the wheel.
100%.
What was it? Completion to Zach.
We do a completion to Zach first.
and
then we did
then,
a
Completion
completion
to Terry. He got
Terry
outside with 2 seconds left.
Yeah.
We're on the 49-yard line. I know our chance of winning was like
It had to be.
.0000.
It's because they couldn't put the warp. They couldn't put 100 on because you can't put 100 on, right?
That
no way, bro.
bro, that whole play took at least 20 seconds.
I think it took a minute and a half, bro. It felt like a fucking
Yeah.
minute and a half. I thought he was gonna get sacked, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And then I
AD
saw,
was holding that ball forever.
I saw Austin Eckler.
Threw a flag.
I saw Austin Eckler when JD fucking rolled out.
Yeah.
Austin Eckler turned around and he's ready to go Oklahoma drill.
We're gonna run.
He's
all the way
ready
to
to
the
go
end zone.
Oklahoma drill against
Facts.
any fucking D lineman that's coming. He threw that fucker up, and I'm like, honestly, I had a little hope in my heart. I thought someone was gonna go up and snatch it.
So did I.
I thought I had a little gut feeling. I was like, it feels good right now. Feels good right now. I was on the opposite end zone. My depth was off a little bit. Bro, he caught that bitch.
Yeah.
Everyone and I didn't talk to anybody. I was with the families and all that. I didn't talk to anybody the whole game besides Kim. And I'm being social. I bought whoever your backup center is. I bought his dad a beer. I'm making friends. But after that shit catches it, everyone's looking around like, because we wanted to see, was there a flag? Was he in?
Yeah.
They called pass because they were calling some bullshit at the end of the game, right? Catches that motherfucker.
Crazy.
Touchdown. I said, can we rush the field? Can you rush the field in an NFL
You
game?
get arrested for that. For everybody watching, do not rush the field in the NFL game.
I'm just saying, I was prepared to fucking run because if there was a rush the field moment for a regular season game, that was.
I mean, they wouldn't be able to arrest everybody though. If
Strength in numbers, Mike.
if everybody just jump on the
It
field,
would have hit a point where the head security guy would have said over the headset,
It would have been.
Just
it
let
would've
it
been
go.
Like,
Just
if
let it go.
you-
Just
if
let it
you
go.
would have went, everyone would have followed you. It would have been
you
that.
say I'm not a good leader.
I'm telling you, I'm glad you didn't get arrested because I would have to take you out of jail. But other than that, yeah, kind of.
So you see him catch it. What's your fucking
first thing I did,
piss is hot?
I looked back at like where JD was to see if there was a flag.
See, I thought
That's like the first reaction.
had to
Analyzed.
that
You
get.
analyzed.
You
play was
analyze
too
it.
long
Boom.
not to have a flag. Like, it was too
I'm
long.
looking at the ball in the air. I see him catch it. I'm like, oh, I turn back. I look, no flag. I ran on the field. Started hugging everybody. Anybody I seen, hugging everybody. Then I ran. I'm like, yo, I ain't never jumped in the stands before. Jumped in the stands. Jumped in the stands. Hugging fans. Like, it was crazy. It was a crazy moment. Like,
Me and Izzo
son, I
embraced
won't
for, like,
forget.
30 seconds. And
Bro, I seen Izzo. Izzo came over here like this. I'm like, Like, it was crazy. Like, that was probably the most, like, I'll remember that moment forever.
the rest of my
I'm
life.
gonna remember that moment forever,
Yeah,
bro.
it was crazy.
Everyone knows I'm at this game. Everyone's like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Dude,
Yeah.
got my money's worth."
100%.
Wow.
For the worst.
100%.
price of admission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Hey, I appreciate you.
Nah, I appreciate y'all for
I
having
appreciate
me,
both of
man.
you, both
Already,
of my
boy.
rookies, man. Y'all showed up,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Y'all showed love, man.
Best of love.
Appreciate you, bro.
Follow these boys on the
Already.
gram. Follow these
Come on.
boys on the gram.
Jordan McGee 6.
Yeah, plug it.
Yes, sir.
Shoot, Dom, don't worry.